The tide really does appear to be turning for the Queensland housing market. Over the last month, we saw values in Brisbane rise by 0.3%, and over the last quarter, they've only increased by 1.3%. This is a pretty rapid slowdown compared to what we were seeing even just a few months ago. We're seeing that the weakness is much more prevalent in the market for houses than it is for units, and it's much more prevalent for the higher valued properties than those cheaper properties. What's driving the change in sentiment? Clearly, the federal budget and the changes around investment have really knocked the market off its course, but things were starting to slow before that, and that was really being driven by weaker overall consumer sentiment, which has been exacerbated by these tax changes, and more stock coming onto the market. The other big thing is Brisbane's had such a strong run in price growth over the past 5 years that affordability is now very stretched. It's now one of the most expensive cities in the country after 5 years ago being one of the more affordable capital cities. In regional Queensland, we're also seeing that slowdown prevalent. So over the most recent month, values rose by 0.4%, and over the last 3 months, they're up 1.5%. Again, this is a pretty rapid slowdown from what we've been seeing over the last few years. Again, it's the more affordable areas of regional Queensland, particularly those away from the coast, where we're seeing the strongest growth at the moment. And the more expensive premium market is the one where we're seeing the weaker housing market conditions overall. At the moment, conditions are really transitioning in Queensland. Vendors are facing more challenging conditions than they've seen in several years. There's fewer buyers, fewer people turning up for open homes, and there's a little bit more competition than we've seen for several years. So if you're looking to sell, getting feedback from those open for inspections and taking that feedback on board is really important. If you're looking to buy, there's still not a huge amount of stock available for sale in Queensland, but it is starting to trend higher. The thing you'll really notice though is there is less competition. So you do have a little bit more time to make a decision, but also potentially a bit more scope to negotiate on that price.